We ended yesterday, Ephesians 1, verse 4, the tail end part of that he ordained us so that we would be seen as holy in his eyes with an unstained innocence. Jesus' blood makes us perfect in the sight of our Father. But it goes on to get even better than that, if it could possibly, in verses 5 and 6. For it was always in his perfect plan to adopt us as his delightful children. I love that, his delightful children, how he takes delight in us through our union with Jesus, the Anointed One, so that his tremendous love that cascades over us would glorify his grace. Remember, we talked about grace being favor, kindness, disposed to incline favor towards, or even that picture of God himself, our Father, leaning towards us, leaning from heaven towards us to share benefit. So for it was always in his perfect plan to adopt us as his delightful children through our union with Jesus, the Anointed One, so that his tremendous love that cascades over us, that cascades over you, that cascades over me. Just picture that right now. His perfect love cascading, that tremendous love just washing over you. Not a trickle, not a drip or a drop, but cascading over us, over you, would glorify his grace. For the same love he has for his beloved one, Jesus, he has for us. Now this, guys, this shows up a couple different times in the Bible. I love the places I remember that it shows up in John, but can you just stop for a second and really just rest in the fact that the same love, not close to the same, not sort of the same, but the same love that God has for Jesus, for his beloved one, he has for us. I mean, I just don't even think this side of heaven I will be able to wrap my mind around that. But I love just sitting in that and just trying to grasp the deeper revelation of that. It is easy for us to think, oh yeah, God loves Jesus so much. Because we look at it as a measure of what Jesus did. We tend to, in our doing, in our thoughts about trying to earn something, we think, well, of course he would love Jesus because Jesus is perfect. But remember, you guys, that God said when Jesus was baptized, before he even started his ministry, think about this, before Jesus even started his earthly ministry, he had not done one miracle, not one thing, that when he was baptized, God said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." And so that same love that he has for Jesus, he has for you. He has for you. And this unfolding plan brings him great pleasure. So let me just read that again. There is so much in those two verses right there that I just pray that we'll get that deeper in us today, that we'll live from that place of acceptance and tremendous love and the confidence of knowing that he delights in us. For it was always in his perfect plan to adopt us as his delightful children through our union with Jesus, the Anointed One, so that his tremendous love that cascades over us would glorify his grace. Think about that example that we are of when we are just living in his great, tremendous, cascading love over us, that our lives live out and glorify his grace as people see us walking in freedom and in his love. For the same love he has for his beloved one, Jesus, he has for us. And this unfolding plan brings him great pleasure. I hope that blesses you ladies today. I hope that you'll just sit and just let that soak in. And that, again, this side of heaven, we might not be able to wrap our minds around the fact that God loves us, our Father loves us as much, with the same love as he loves Jesus. So love you, ladies, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.